at 51.9%. 51.9%. There is no other way to describe this than that it is an explosive disaster. This would be so anywhere, for food prices rising that fast will challenge the harmony and social stability of any country on earth. We cannot afford to be complacent when things are in this space, and we are also heading to elections in 2024. Too many people in Ghana live in mass misery. Too many people have nothing to lose. If those who have most to lose, the bourgeoisie, the upper classes, the ruling elites, just sit and watch the cracks, eventually the bottom of the bucket of society will drop out. It may not be a beautiful and controlled drop. If we do nothing now, which is already quite late, we could see a detonation. James Baldwin's "The Fire Next Time" could easily become our fire right here. This must become an urgent responsibility for us all. We cannot sit and simply be spectators as the society falls apart. We get involved because we are citizens, not because we have partisan political ambitions. We, citizens, fought for and secured this Fourth Republic of Ghana. The Fourth Republican Constitution, however imperfect it may have turned out to be in the hands of a predatory political class, was born dripping with blood, tears, and sweat. The blood of the many patriots who died in battle against military dictatorship, the tears of the martyrs, the victims of persecution by the Ghanaian Gestapo of that era, and their relatives and loved ones who lived in fear at what could happen. Of course, as well as the sweat of all those who still try to eke out an honest buck in this impossible economic set of circumstances that characterize our existence. In 30 years of the Fourth Republic, we have created a society in which 7 out of 10 of our compatriots live in poverty, having to get by on average family-sized budgets, and these family sizes are on average 5, average family-sized budgets of 140 Ghana cedis a day. 5 people, 140 Ghana cedis a day. That is the average that is available to 70% of the population. It is a crime against humanity that we have allowed this to happen.
Increase dialysis fees to cover part of the cost and render the service unsustainable in the long run. However, the subsequent statement by the hospital's chief executive officer on Good Morning Ghana on the 28th of September 2023 contradicted the PRO's explanation. And according to the CEO, the tax exemptions were still in effect, but the hospitals opted to pay the duties to expedite the clearing of these medical consumables and avoid incurring demurrage charges, which may exceed the required duties. The long and short of this explanation is that the hospital incurred additional costs on medical consumables by paying duties either to the withdrawal of tax waivers, as said by the PRO, or to expedite the delivery of essential medical consumables, as reported by the CEO. Mr. Speaker, as of now, there has been no official communication as to whether the duties paid to expedite the clearing of dialysis medical consumables have been refunded. But even more interesting is the fact that the hospital owes suppliers of dialysis consumables about 4 million Ghana cedis, which is making it very difficult for the hospital to secure these consumables. The figure, other government hospitals continue to provide dialysis services at the old rate of 380 Ghana cedis, with some even offering the same services at lower fee of 350 Ghana cedis. This glaring inconsistency raises serious concerns about the commitment of the government to resolving this issue. If indeed Kolebu teaching hospitals pay duties for dialysis medical consumables and the government is unwilling to reimburse these costs, the situation demands immediate clarification and resolution.
Professor Jambafo, Honorable Osafo Mafo, Kendall Furiata. What a solid team. Alan Tremantin. This is a solid team. Solid team here.
It is critical that we do not lose the confidence of the people that a crisis that they were led to believe we were all in together was abused for personal gain. Mr. Speaker, it was government that asked for the COVID funds to be audited, and I can assure this House that nothing dishonorable was done with the COVID funds. The responses from the Ministers for Health and Finance on January 23rd and 25th, 2023, respectfully, have sufficiently laid to rest the queries from the Auditor General's report, and I believe any objective scrutiny of these statements from the Health and Finance Ministries would justify this conclusion. Mr. Speaker, let me state emphatically that we have not been reckless in borrowing and in spending. It is worth noting that the debts we're serving were not only contracted during the period of this administration. Mr. Speaker, let me state emphatically that we have not been reckless in borrowing and in spending. It is worth noting that the debts we're serving were not only contracted during the period of this administration.
And any patriot looking at the report as a guide will not say the post-budget workshop be held at Rock City. The copy is there for everybody to come and look and read. The details are here. And as a speaker, I will not shortchange the interests of the country just because Honorable Brian Achampong is my friend. I won't do that. Please, I'm not talking about people attending or not attending. I'm talking about the right decision. And so, Honorable Member, I can identify you. Please. You don't interrupt the speaker when he's speaking. The report is here. I am tempted to go by the proposals that were made on the floor. These discussions on the floor that day ignited a public debate of the matter. And in the social media, internationally, Parliament was taken to the cleaners. And members were considered as being insensitive and greedy, and that our Parliament was not responsive to the interests of Ghanaians. But there was no such decision. The thing was still under discussion. And so please, the Deputy Majority Leader himself, after submitting a report, made a very important admonition that what we do here, we should be careful that we don't put Parliament on harm's way. He himself stated it and cautioned against statements that were made by some members in the House. But what he did himself really put Parliament on harm's way, and Parliament was lambasted for a decision Parliament has not yet taken. Please, let's always take our time and make sure that the right thing is the focus of this House. The cost implications are not what was put in the media. Even the cost implication, Syrian Hotel is cheaper than Rock City. But the proposal that was made for us to host or hold it here means that we will not have to incur that much cost. It's for the House to decide whether to host it here in Parliament or Rock City is not competitive. From the report, it's Serene that has come better. I will definitely put the question for you to I don't believe that this matter is open to debate. The issue is clear. Minority Leader, what comments do you want to make?
Mr. Speaker, before you put the question, the venue for the post-budget workshop was never discussed at the Business Committee meeting. Mr. Speaker, in fact, the draft Business Committee statement that was submitted to do with the venue of the post-budget workshop, what we discussed at the Business Committee never had an item on where we are going to have this post-budget workshop. So, Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, on Friday, when the Business Committee statement was read before us, we were not here because we were attending the funeral of the late Madam Sherry Aite. And, Mr. Speaker, I heard it later on. So I was surprised that my colleague could read here that we have agreed at the Business Committee meeting that we are holding the post-budget workshop at a particular venue. Mr. Speaker, we know nothing about it. It was never discussed, and it should be made clear. And for the records, for it to be captured appropriately, that that was not discussed and no position was taken at the Business Committee meeting. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, the issue about holding a post-budget workshop, not in Accra but outside Accra, has become acceptable. Because whenever we've held it here, getting participation from members becomes a difficulty. And on occasions when we attempted to do that, on 2 occasions when we've held at Gimpa, one participation was poor, and those who participated soon after the inauguration, many of them left. And others were distracted in various ways. And so we took a decision that it's better to have these workshops outside Accra. So for participation and also maintaining a focus without doing it in Accra, outside Accra, is a better option. That's what we have been doing ever since. Mr. Speaker, the issue about between Rock City and Water Serene, I think even last year came up. You are right when you alluded to the cost differentials. My information was that the management of Rock City came back to say that they had given Parliament a rebate, bringing it about the same level as Water Serene. Mr. Speaker, I have no fixation wherever it's held, Water Serene or Rock City. And I've made this opinion abundantly clear anytime that we have come to discuss this. Mr. Speaker, I am a bit surprised about people saying, oh, the committee never took a decision and so on and so forth. Usually the advice will come from the table officers. And a decision is never made by any committee. It comes here to plenary. So when the draft report is read, if you accept it, it holds in the name of the House, no longer that of the Business Committee. So if the House agreed on it, it's the decision of the House. let nobody now attempt to be revisionist in this. Mr. Speaker, so that should be the position. If the House, I was not here, Friday, I wasn't here, but if the House accepted it, so be it. But if, upon second thought, we want to revisit it, as I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, I have nothing against it. That is, the facilities to hold members of parliament and so on and so, the many, many faults. But I just wanted to make that, that point, that the decision is not that of the business committee. If the report is read here and the House accepts it, it stands in the name of the House.
The same. And you made that clear to me, to the technical committee, and all those who discussed this issue with you. But this categorical statement that was made by your deputy was that the business committee decided, and that is why I raised that issue. The business committee doesn't take the decision. The business committee will make proposals, and the decision is taken by the House. Based on that, I now decide that I'll put the question so that the House will take the decision. Because that one is pending. There was a debate on it, the decision was not taken, and that is still pending because at that time, the technical committee's report hadn't been submitted. It wasn't there to guide the decision. Now it's available. So I'll put the question. We either hold it here and the disadvantages of holding it here have been made clear. First Deputy Speaker.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on Friday I presided. The report presented by the Deputy Majority Leader included the location of the post-budget workshop. Indeed, the Honourable Member for Buem, in commenting, in making asking, but Mr. Speaker, there was no debate. There was no debate on the location or where we choose to do the post-budget workshop. Mr. Speaker, after that, this House adopted the report. If we are going to change it, then it's a revision. Otherwise, any other decision, the program of the business for this week would also come into question because there was one question on the whole report. So I can't see how we could have taken a decision on the others, but not on the location. As to whether we want to review it or not, it's another matter. But Mr. Speaker, no debate arose and the House adopted the Business Committee's report. That's what happened.
Around when I started, I referred to statements and video clips I listened to personally. Because after that, this became a subject for debate by the public. And I heard and I saw the video clip of the Deputy Majority Leader saying the Business Committee decided that the venue be Rock City. As to whether there was a debate or not, because I wasn't here, now you refer to it as comment that the Honourable Member for Biom made. But that led to a response from the Deputy Majority Leader, where he admonished members about the implications of such statements. This ignited a debate, a public debate on this matter, and it was not favorable to the House at all. If the report really contained a statement captured in the report that the business committee decided that the venue be Rock City, and then the House adopted it, then that is the decision of the House. The issue that is being raised is that there was no such discussion at the business committee meeting. And so I don't have a copy of the business committee report. That was not even made available to Speaker. I don't have a copy of it. Because I tried cross-checking. Is there a statement in the business committee report that the committee decided that the venue be Rock City? If that is so, and the House adopted it, then that is the decision of the House. And the only thing you can do is to talk about a revision. I agree with you. Please. Yes, let me listen to you. I'll come to you.
Mr. Speaker, I listened to that, Mr. Speaker. When people attend meetings and minutes are taken, the minutes ought to reflect what was discussed at the meeting. As said by the minority leader, the issue of the venue of the workshop was never discussed. So when we see the statement, the draft statement that came to the floor, and item number 5B says post-budget workshop, it's a foreign inclusion on what actually took place at the meeting, Mr. Speaker. It shouldn't even have been discussed because it was not part of the discussions at the meeting. So we were as surprised that it found its way onto what came to the floor. So as far as we are concerned, it wasn't there was no need for a decision to be made because, Mr. Speaker, as you rightly said, that decision is normally a decision of the Speaker. In the sense that when he gets the report, then that report is conveyed to the House. But at the time we were having the meeting, the report was not available, so we wouldn't have been able to make it. So, Mr. Speaker, I am very surprised. When I read item 5B, second paragraph, the workshop is expected to be held from Friday 17th to the 19th. So who made a decision that it is expected to be taken at that place? Mr. Speaker, I think we shouldn't drag this matter. This was never discussed at the business committee meetings. The House is now finished with a decision to hold the workshop at Volta Serene, as we are told. The report I have seen here says that if it comes to the number of facilities capable of hosting Parliament and the supporting staff, without any prejudice, it says that Volta Serene is more competitive. At least with the figures in here, it shows that Volta Serene is more competitive. Anybody making decision on the use of public funds would have made an obvious choice that this is of a better value for money going to Volta Serene. But you are already in the process of putting the question whether we should go to Volta Serene or hold the workshop here. That one is a decision the House can make. So I want to plead with the First Deputy Speaker that his attempt to stop you from saying we cannot take a decision because it will amount to a revisionist activity, I respectively disagree with him. It will not.
That is a revision. He did not. Because even if what you said is true, that it was in the report, and the presenter of the report stated that that was the decision of the members of the business committee, and the members of the business committee were from both sides of the House. The members were present. Did they raise the issue you are raising, that this matter was not discussed and we did not take any such decision? If they didn't do that and the report was adopted as a whole, it means the decision was taken by the House. And the only thing we can do is then to come by motion to review that decision. And I think that is the position that the First Deputy Speaker took, and that is the right position. That is it. And so I decided, so I put the question for you to revise or to restate your position on the matter. That's why I said I'll put the question. I didn't want to impose my decision on the House. And this, please, it is not partisan football. No, we are going to delve into a very important document, the budget, national budget of the country. And you know the situation we are in now. So it's of serious importance to this country.
The decision of the House certainly may be predicated on the draft report.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Right, hello, good morning and welcome to the show. This is Morning Ghana Live on Metro TV. It's a Tuesday, the 14th day of November, 2023. By His grace, we're alive and we're here. We're at another edition of the show. Our gratitude to go to the Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly. But let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. 2024 budget to boost growth. Expenditure rationalization key. Capping on IGF undermines operations. Births and deaths registry. From theory to reality, STEM innovation unlocks potential in country's youth. Ghanaian Times. We'll deal with spillage crisis, President assures. Irate youth attacked security personnel on critical operation in Garu. National Security Minister. No mining rights granted for prospecting and mining in Kakum National Park. Minerals Commission CEO denies claim. Let's establish authority for blue economy. Professor Heto. Cecilia Dapa's motion against OSP adjourned to December 5. Daily Guide. Baumia rallies Akoto and Adenimo for 2024. Garu operation was to seize guns. Kandapa. Minerals Commission rejects Kakum Park mining proposal. NHIS initiates open policy on claims payment. The New Crusading Guide. Finance Minister to present 2024 budget tomorrow. Ghanaians Lord Energy Minister for being religiously tolerant. Hey. Where's all this religious tolerance and intolerance coming from? What kind of sickness is this? Minerals Commission rejects plans to mine in Kakum Park. NPP MP to retain Techiman South Parliamentary seat in 2024 with 61% votes. Poll reveals. Akraman residents fight Highway Ministry over poor road network. OSP petition to investigate DG, Board of Aviation Authority, over procurement law breaches. The Insight. Ghana Bar call increasingly becoming an assembly line. Sophia Kufu. Cocoa Board asked to account for $1.3 billion syndicated loan. Afram Plains MP jab 1 month with family of Afram riverboat disaster. Channel AstroTurf funds to skills training to eradicate poverty in Zongos. Mohammed Amin Wolon to government. La Agbawe Supreme Council affirms Nisua Bobilo Jata II as chief of Oyarifa. The Daily Statesman. Kept progress at Africa's expense. Ekufado tells global leaders. 32,745 court cases offloaded through ADR. Roads Ministry begins nationwide restoration of malfunctioning traffic lights. Minerals Commission denies move to mine in Kakum Park. The Finder. GWCL connects over 100,000 in poor urban areas since 2019. Kakum National Park off limits to mining. Minerals Commission. NHIA initiates open policy on claims payments. Dr. Koboy. Kandapa urges MPs to discuss Garu incident with caution. Poku Eduse seeks to succeed Joe Wise in Bekwai. Daily Post. Mohammed's focus is Ghanaians, not a failed Baumia, Bawa Mukhtari. NPP has agreed for Baumia's running mate to come from Ashanti region, first Deputy Speaker. And the paper says that he had a mix-up of photographs. Okay? So they are apologizing to Honorable Kwesi Ame for any inconvenience he may have caused him. Okay. You are dishonest and mischievous. University of Ghana done to persons backing Baumia's defense that he was just a vice president. Economy Times. Cedi to weaken further. Ghana and private creditors to reach agreement by mid-2024. Fitch. 24-hour economy. Economists and unionists say could be the game changer. And that's about it for the front pages. We'll be back shortly.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting? For your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
beach hangout?
Angel Cola!
For all your refreshing moments.
Angel Cola!
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola.
Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you.
Thank you.
Enjoyment Cola.
The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance, and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Ebri and Ekropon. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Ekropon, right after the Latte Junction, or in Ebri, near the Ebri Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us at Accra office on 0559 671 144, Akropon office on 0555 621 611. Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
The Pacho Bantama.
Matias.
It's her smile, the fresh breath.
Me Jidi say we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind. Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan.
Cal 360 better one. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will so feeling Kika when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
To help meet your business and private printing needs successfully, we have just the right products and services. At Appointed Time Printing Limited, we specialize in digital printing, offset printing, packaging, and security printing. Our innovative designs and complete professional touch on our print products such as posters, flyers, brochures, magazines, poll cards, and any other print solution of your choice ensure that our customers are always happily connected to their audience. With our security printing section, our clients are assured of a highly secured and confidential work process from start to finish. At Appointed Time, our prices are very competitive. Locate us at the old GNTC building near Swansea Shopping Arcade, Accra. Contact us on 0501 454165, 0501 454167. Appointed Time Printing Limited. Our printing is the solution.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say, but as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better.
Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
The 7th edition of the prestigious Ghana Energy Awards is here. Theme: Ghana's Energy Transition Framework, Sector Institutions as Building Blocks for the 2030-2040 Targets. Happening live on Friday, 17 November at the Labadi Beach Hotel, 6:30 p.m. Special guest of honor is His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana. For tickets, sponsorship, or enquiries, call 030-394-0300 or 055-930-0631. Endorsement, validation, industry partners, media partner. Ghana Energy Awards, 7 years of redefining excellence.
Inside Black Star Press Limited, grow inside the invective minds, evolving concepts and the creative trends. The printing press you need now. Witness the beauty, diversity and natural wonder with our works. Inside Black Star Press Limited, in association with Lionhead Group of Companies. Call us now on 0200-880-000 for all your print works. Black Star Press Limited, a worldwide reputation for quality printing.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and cover the makers in
The pneumatological aberration of the Lord revealed unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. I'm up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Ewo Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasama Zongo Junction. Edike Pharmacy Dining. Oyer Fateman Boga Junction. Ashaman Valco Flat. Kumasi. Ahinema Kokobin. Asafubuachi Hospital Junction. Sakwadi. Number 9 Market.
Tell mom and dad about the Makers Blessing Attack program.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254. Terms and conditions apply. The same got to moon. I'm a sissy.
Hey, give it to me. Hey, man. Stop! Enough you guys, so continue.
Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 Ghana cedis. And you could win 26 times your stake on the exciting new Pick 1 game from Game Park. Play by dialing *946# on all networks via our website or download the Game Park app on www.gameparkgames.com. Choose your Pick 1 number from 1 to 36. Place your stake and watch our live draws on Adum TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily.
Hey, live life like me with Game Park. Game Park, more moolah, more power.
This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. With me on the show this morning, I have the Director of Legal Affairs of the NDC, Godwin Eduji Tamaklo. Good morning.
Good morning, Randy.
Also with me on the show this morning is the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Anya Sotum constituency, Dr. Dixon Adumaku Kisi. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Doc.
Right. So brushing your teeth or your kids' teeth sometimes becomes difficult due to the resistance because of the taste of the toothpaste. Okay. Now, Kel Kids toothpaste flavored with strawberry, that gives a perfect taste for kids and makes them develop a personal attitude and love for brushing their teeth always, is here to help you out. Kel Kids toothpaste protects child's gum, prevents cavities, and makes the teeth strong and healthy with freshness all day. Kel Kids toothpaste is recommended for children between 2 and 6 years and is a product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso, and is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Kel Kids, happy smile. And enjoying the fruits of your labor is as important as enjoying the mansions of your labor. The pains of climbing the stairs when not exercising could be challenging for all ages, but worry no more. Lifts and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It's a simple self-supported elevator for both homes and offices, and guess what? It can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in, and they come in 3 custom-made models. It's affordable and can be installed within 3 days. Visit lifts and elevators at Sakumon or just call them on 0200-535-515 or send a mail to elevatorsgh@gmail.com for consultations and best solutions in easy vertical movements. And have you had your Angel Cola today? Wherever you are, whatever you do, wherever you go, drink Angel Cola, your key to enjoyment. Ready for something refreshing, great tasting with excellent flavors? Onya, you've got varieties to choose from. Angel Orange for that special occasion, Angel Mango, Angel Peach, refresh your mood, Angel Apple Lime. Angel Drinks produce vitality and maintain fluid in normal balance. Angel Drinks, refreshing, invigorating, and exciting. Angel Drinks are produced by Adonko Soft Drinks Beverages Limited. Angel Drinks taste like our day and is recommended for all, including children. You can reach Adonko Soft Drinks Beverages Limited on 0244-832286 and 050-787-8668. All right. Okay. And what does wealth mean to you? Do you want to live like a tycoon? Remember, who's got the moolah, got the power. Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick up your phones, tablets, and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on their website at www.gameparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie, make we play this game and make some moolah. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Park Games, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority and is not for persons under the age of 18. Play responsibly. All right. Okay, so, Doc, I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been?
Yes. In fact, I think the break was during the period when Public Accounts Committee was traveling.
Oh, okay.
We did.
You're a member of the PC?
Yes, I'm a member of the Public Accounts Committee. So there were 4 major travels we did. We went to Sunyane, Tamale, whole in the Volta region, and then Takrady. So I think for that period, I was in absentia. And then after that, I had to take some time off from my regular duties, which also found me in California for a bit. So forgive me, but I'm back home. I was summoned yesterday by who to appear before you today. So I'm happy. But on that note, let me use the opportunity to remind my constituents that it's been almost 3 years since I started. Unfortunately, many people think I've been on the seat for long, because of the long struggle to get it.
Right.
But it's been 3 years, and I'm very appreciative of their support so far. And I'm very clear in my mind that I'm going again January 20th.
That's the date
for our primaries.
That's a date.
Yes,
January 20th.
Yes, we moved it from February to January.
Okay.
So that people can have enough time to.
That's during AFCON.
Yes, to campaign for the rest of the year. You know, we are a bit in a tight corner because the NDC has already, done that, and they're able to market much earlier. So that was one of the pressing reasons that we can at least finish and then focus on the main election. But all said and done,
I'm told it's going to be deadly and bloody.
It's going to be really tough, and without a doubt, I mean, this is going to be my third trial. I did one earlier, didn't get it, and then the second one is what I succeeded.
Okay.
So this will be my third attempt at MPP primaries, and I think I've gathered some experience over the years, and Parliament has also taught me quite a bit. But I hope that the voters will focus on at least how I've conducted myself, granted my many challenges and my youthfulness in terms of my, early beginning in politics, and without few supposed godfathers. It makes it quite tough for some of us. But
let me do a little exercise. How did the presidential primaries go in your constituency?
Ken won by 80 votes in my
80.
constituency. Yes.
He won?
Yes.
Ken Ejapon won?
Yes.
Okay.
And, in Greater Accra, he did really well.
Okay.
I must say that he did really well. But, yeah, he won. And it is what it is. But we're hoping, soon after, my message is that we all come together. And in fact, during my campaign, I was very particular about that, that people vote on a quiet and go, so that people are not, as it is, making a mockery of the two supposed camps, which was Vice President, who's now a flag bearer, and then Ken. And in fact, I think I would commend the EC during the program, the police service. We had quite a presence. And then also the voters themselves, because they conducted themselves. There was no incident. And I must say, across the nation, it is so clear that MPP comported itself far better, that one day it's on record, than the NDC during their primaries in terms of incidents. And that one,
but there was no incident.
I think, I'll tell you some, and disputed results. I mean, I can cite Ketu South, for instance, which had some, I think there was a fracas in Ketu.
No, Ketu South.
Oh, wait, come on. There's an issue.
No, there was no
There
issue.
was.
No.
I think the guy won by a vote or something like that.
Which guy?
Is it Ketu? Where Aveji is?
No.
Oh, you're talking about
Ketu
parliamentary
North.
primary.
Yes.
Oh, Ketu North.
You are yet to have your parliamentary primary.
Well, okay, you can. But well, they did theirs together.
But that was even,
right?
That was even an issue.
Was it not together?
Oh yeah, we did that.
That was even an issue of asking for recount.
But I'm just saying, that was
nothing violent.
Literally, incident free. And of course, I mean, the NDC's presidential was sort of already determined thing. If you look at how they ran it, very much different from what we had, which was a very tough contest. And I must say, I mean, soon after too, I'm very happy with the Vice President's visitation to Ken. More importantly, because of the need to come together, because we have 2024 to lose only if there are separations. But if we can be cohesive and work together and disband supposed camps within the MPP, then we can really, on a united front, be able to give the NDC a very good showdown. But I must say I'm happy to be here, and I promise to at least visit once a week,
Right.
if you know the opportunity presents itself. Yeah.
Right. Now, Ediji,
Randy,
you are a lawyer, and I'm sure that by virtue of that, you get to go to the prisons quite often.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in my entire life, yesterday was the second time that I visited a prison.
Okay.
Yes, specifically the Swan prison. Okay. And in interacting and all that, something interesting came up. That we pay 60 pesos per meal
The feeding.
for a prisoner. So 180 pesos, that's 1 cedi, 80 pesos per prisoner per day. So 60 pesos for breakfast, 60 pesos for lunch, and 60 pesos for dinner. As a result of that, the prison authorities, there's something they call Cocoa Sakura.
Yeah,
So it's just
there's
the
cocoa
porridge,
alone. There's nothing
no
more.
sugar.
And that is even
no
if they
bread.
get reimbursed for their money.
Yes, no bread, nothing. And then if they are able to do the second meal, then that's a gari or banku with just colored soup, something they call soup, but it's just, and that's it, nothing in it. And
It's usually the granite pastes
yes,
that they just do.
yes,
so-
and so as a result of that, they've had to commercialize food vending in the prisons, within the confines of a prison. So then, if you are a prisoner, you really need money to be able to survive. 1 cedi, 80 pesos. Immediately I heard that, you know, the discussion about school feeding and how much and the kind of food that the kids were getting and all that came up. Why do we live a pretense in most facets of our lives? That we pretend that we are doing something.
Randy.
Why don't we cancel feeding?
Randy, even before I maybe share thoughts on this prison issue, there's this man you and I will know, Mr. Tutubi Kwachi.
KTQ.
Today happens to be his birthday.
Whoa. Whoa,
And,
whoa, 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 whoa.
In this NDC party.
Is he turning 12 years or 60?
No, 60.
He looks 45.
He's turning 60.
He looks 45.
Randy.
So he's turning 60.
A household name.
I was just, when you said 14, I used 16.
16 years.
Randy, you know, in this our party, very few people, especially the elderly, would hold your hand and direct your path.
Okay.
And one such person is the Honorable Tutubi Kwachi. And today being his birthday, I think it's just proper that I wish him a happy birthday.
Whoa.
And that's
Well,
God's
blessings.
blessings in
Whoa.
all life.
Whoa.
There are many times that I had to take some decisions. They call me young man. Say, I thank you so much. You see,
Okay.
Randy, our prisons, and as part of the law school program, you are supposed to visit the prisons.
Pro bono.
Yes.
Pro bono cases.
So when we're in the law faculty, we did, I think, twice. And subsequently, in my professional life, I had to visit there. I mean, when you represent someone and unfortunately the person is convicted, you want to find out where the person is. So we do prison visits. Sometimes when you are doing an appeal for someone, it requires that you go there and take some further instructions. So we have that relationship with the prison officers to allow such visits. Randy, you know the issue about their feeding. It has been part of a national conversation for a long time. And I've always maintained this, that if you really want to know or measure how progressive a society is, It is its ability to feed its prisoners.
Vulnerable.
And the vulnerable. Yeah. I will add it to it. Look, the whole idea that it requires 1 cedi,
80 pesos.
80 pesos to feed a prisoner, and that amounts to 60 pesos per meal.
Now, assuming that you even say that they are prisoners, yes, they should eat twice a day, not 3 times a day. Assuming. So that's 90 pesos.
So I think that as a people, we are making meaning of the words that usually accompany the judgment. Hard labor.
You know when they told me about the feeding figure, what came to mind readily was that, just before I go to the junction, you know, the total where you make a right.
Yeah. The bread people.
I saw a lady roasting corn.
Okay.
And I like that. I like that.
One.
So either the roasted corn or roasted plantain.
With the coconut.
Yes. So I packed, you know, to buy the roasted corn. And one was 4 cedis. Yes. This is just before the total junction where you make the right to the Nsawam prison.
And that is not a meal.
Yes.
That's an appetizer.
The roasted corn, one was 4 cedis. 4 cedis. I didn't add kube to it. If I had added kube, it would have been 5 cedis. But 4 cedis for one. And then I'm told that we feed prisoners, the prison officers are expected to feed prisoners with 1 cedi 80 pesos for the entire day. Council, please go.
So, you see, Randy, like I pointed out, I think we need to have a revisit, a serious national conversation about some of these issues. I think we've made some progressive moves relative to prisoners. And I recall vividly the work of this respected senior lawyer, Ahuma Okanse. You know, for a long time, prisoners were not permitted to vote in this country until he went to the Supreme Court to challenge the law.
When I went there yesterday, the NHI officials were there. They were registering them.
Yeah.
They were registering the prisoners.
So until the 2000s, prisoners were not permitted to vote in the country. So he challenged the law. And the only reason why they were not permitted to vote was the question of residence. But if you look at Article 42, it has only 3 qualifications to vote.
That you are saying?
Sound mind, you are a Ghanaian, and 18 years and above. Article 42 never introduced the question of residence. And so it was enough for the Supreme Court to strike out that provision. And that is why subsequently prisoners have been allowed to vote. Very progressive, an individual action. But on the critical issue of their feeding, it's so terrible. If you have the opportunity of going there and interacting with the prisoner. Look, I think your parliamentary committees, one of these days, okay, you should take a journey from the condemned cell right to the main block, the block where remand prisoners are, and you can appreciate the kind of thing that people go through in our prisons. It is no joke. It's almost inhumane.
It is inhumane, not almost.
I don't want to, it's so bad that we need to do something about it. As a people, we should make that conscious effort. But even more worrying, our respective police cells. Police cells. Really.
At the various stations.
At the various stations. Take a tour.
Their toilet facilities.
Their toilet facilities and many other things. Not in the best of shape. And collectively as a people, I think we can do something about improving how much we give them. And you know, usually, Randy, you know where the kitchen is. Right after the block, the administration block, you go a bit down, particularly in Nsawam. That is where the kitchen is. And it's almost like an open, you know, yes. And so,
open range.
Yes, so it's something that we need to really work on.
Wow.
Getting our prisons reformed. And you see, we do this because it reflects part of us. The question of managing prisons is a responsibility of the state. And so if you keep them there, then you have a responsibility to look after them. I want to believe that, yes, some people say, yeah, these people, they have committed crimes and so they have to be dealt with, blah, blah, blah. Granted. But there's a way we can also do it to show or demonstrate our common humanity, Randy.
But the truth of the matter, and we all know this, I mean, history is replete. It is even not everybody who's in prison
because
who is guilty.
Absolutely.
Yes, the court may have pronounced the person guilty. There are people who are even on remand.
I mean, the fact that people go on appeal and succeed,
yes,
that alone demonstrates
yes,
that they are bound, or the criminal justice system is full of imperfection.
Yes.
And I have seen in the US and others where today individuals that were convicted either for murder, robbery, and others, subsequent technology and science had proven by way of DNA testing and others that those persons were not supposed to be in prison in the first
place. Mr. Chachuchi Kata is a living testimony.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Or even
he's a living testimony
to start with.
You know, so it's quite pathetic, and I think that we need to do something more about it.
And you see, everybody, God forbid, could find him or herself there.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
And so, I mean, I'd like to congratulate the prison officers. I think that within the constraints, are doing extremely well. They were very, when I go there, they're very courteous, very warm, you know, and you know, I was shocked to find out a lot of the number of football talents.
Oh, you know they have a field there.
Yeah, so I went there. The talents that they have there, and apparently for all the 8 blocks that they have football teams for all the 8 blocks.
Wow.
Yes, but they do not have like apparel, jerseys, footballs, and all those things. And so I'll try and do what I can.
Okay.
On my own to try and also.
So could I commit some jerseys to you?
Oh yes.
At least I can bring you 8.
8 sets. Yes.
With 8 balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my
commitment.
That will help.
That will help.
So
you know. Yes.
That's my commitment.
Thank you very
to
much.
you.
Thank you very much.
And I think I
and for all my friends, please, I'm trying to raise and do it. I need to procure 160 football boots.
Okay.
For them.
Okay.
So that at least each block will get 20 pairs of football boots.
At least the football and the jerseys I will do.
Yes. So I mean, we'll raise it from all my friends and myself. I mean, to try and do that at least. Whilst they are there, they can be able to. You know,
and incidentally, they watch Good Morning.
Yes.
I mean, there are 2 principal TV stations they watch, TV3 and then Good Morning.
When I got there yesterday, I realized it.
And to add to it, I have always been of the school of thought that our facility needs improvement. We need to build another prison facility because of the population increase. And without a doubt, I mean, listen, it's not like I'm planning to be in prison, but you know, if you look at the likes of Sweden and other places and how they reform people who are in prison, it's important that we look at that. We rather have prisons where people go and become more hardened in terms of their, you know, ethos or thinking about crime. And I really think that, not that somebody should use it as a campaign message, but I still think that it is a powerful campaign message if you intend to upgrade the prison services. And I think that because I'm a health person, we really need to situate a very powerful hospital there, because it's also a health concern, you know, in terms of the...
Well, currently they have the infirmaries. Maybe...
But they still bring people to police hospital
for
further...
Depending on the nature of the sickness.
Actually,
so, like,
the infirmary has been upgraded to a hospital now. So it's like a 50-bed facility.
So 50, you know...
It's still not... I'm just saying that for those who knew it's one back in the day,
things have
there's been
changed.
some improvement.
Yes, but we need to really...
And you know, Randy, in all of this, critically, we also need to talk about the conditions of service of prison officers.
Yes.
Well,
they complain greatly. They complain.
They don't
greatly.
have to complain. I mean, the data speaks for itself. I mean, if you look at the figures, you realize that the prison service, officers of the prison service, really are not. They are not. We're not taking good care of them at all.
So
and even if you look at among the security agencies, yes, you see that
I think usually day and fire service
they're getting the lowest part of the end of the stick.
At the very bottom.
But if you look at the pressure
on them,
the pressure on them, if you look at what they have to do, I mean,
So I think that that facility
and so Randy, that is one of the reasons why. So for instance, at the Faculty of Law, now Ghana School of Law, University of Ghana, it's like almost mandatory that if you do the LLB, you must visit the prisons.
Okay.
You need to understand exactly the
where
condition.
You are putting your clients.
Exactly. And the nature of defense possibly to put up
mount
for a client. And the whole idea that having gone through the faculty and become a lawyer, you are principally a human rights advocate by way of training. And you cannot have a proper rights advocacy if you ignore how persons within our prisons are treated.
But I have to also commend the MP for Nsawam Adwajiri. Over the past several months, I've seen him do some things on his own in terms of his visitation to support. I was hoping, that
bad.
You know, he can also add his voice.
And you know, Randy, curiously, even this one is in Sawam. The further you go,
like Tamale.
The further you go, Navrongo, Bando, Akuse, Krachi, and the rest. I mean, you can imagine. If in Sawam, which is almost, it's like this, you can imagine.
So I was with a friend who's in the arts, and once we go there, saw the people and all that, then, she asked, do they have like halls, big halls where like they congregate to have some activities and all that? They said, yes, they have some big spaces like that, but they don't have. And so then she brought the idea of, look, she could come there, set up the place, teach. She's sure there's a lot of talents in there.
Hidden talent.
Do scripts for them, teach them how to,
act.
Yes, act, do dramas and others. And then it will harness their potential to also help create some entertainment. And some of the officers that we spoke to really were happy with that kind of thing. But of course, the bureaucracy, you would have to go through the top of it. But this friend is willing to really do that, at least starting with in Sawam.
Yes, important. I have this, my colleague, Eric Dela Alifo. One of the things that Eric did was to set up an NGO, Help Ghana, and to go to the prisons and advocate in terms of even providing legal services. My senior Sosu, the MP for Medina, was doing that until parliamentary responsibilities and others, I think, have taken much of it.
Then there's the Justice for All too, right?
The Justice for All program, and that one is coming from. And so in the past, we didn't
was the Justice for All started by the Honorable Jogate as Attorney General? I was proud to him.
I'm not too certain about who's tenor, but it has been a collaboration between the judiciary and the state to get even courts sitting in the prison itself. It makes justice delivery a bit more faster and quicker. After Senior Chikate's encounter, one of the things that he did was that he realized that a lot of the people who were there had their warrants having expired.
And they
were still there. Some remand prisoners.
Unfortunately.
The investigator is dead. The prosecutor had forgotten about him. Those were the kind of conditions. So I remember those days when he came out. One of his advocacy was getting people's warrant. Those without warrants should be taken
And then there are many who actually have psychological problems.
A lot more
and
of them.
should not have even been there. What they actually need is psychiatric help. And unfortunately, our prisons have also turned into a place of dumping people with psychological issues. I can tell you that
there have been a lot of
you know,
lawyers who have actually advocated and doing a lot of this work. Like I gave you the example of help law, and there are other ones who are equally helping to ensure that, for instance, my firm like this is more or less like policy. You need to do a few more pro bono matters, regardless. I mean, that's also your kind of thing.
And those cases of one chicken ending you up there.
In fact, at your chambers alone, I should be able to raise 50 football boots there. So all my friends are your chambers who are watching me.
I think I know people
already. Some of my friends are responding. A senior friend of mine.
I think many of them.
And
so your chambers alone, I
you know, Randy, the interesting thing is that the footballing thing really helped them in terms of improving their health.
Absolutely.
Do you know what one of them told me yesterday? Who's not a player? Said that, look, with the conditions here, we go onto the field. And 90 minutes per game. So if even four of the blocks, they play 2 matches. So 1.5. He says, Randy, that's 3 hours of the day gone. That even helps us to deal with it.
And Randy, you know that if you go to the bigger, the most advanced country, one of the biggest things they usually have is the issue of gangs in prisons. The gangs in prisons usually creates all the routing and others. Because of this whole footballing thing, it creates a serious bond among them. And that is why you notice that in our prisons, you hardly hear issues of gang violence and others within our prisons. So, the initiative is laudable.
So we need to look at it. And speaking about the hospital, I spoke about the fact that
somebody just gave me that the Church of Pentecost.
Yes, they've built
a newly built one in Damongo.
Yes,
a newly built. So the Church of Pentecost.
They've built. I think they've built a church. A church for them. There are many churches. There's SDA. There's whatever. Important. I spoke about the infirmary, which is big. Come like a 50-bed. But actually, the prison service need like their own hospital.
That's what I was trying to
with a lot of focus on mental health. As part of the reformation for all these people. So something with especially slant that also speaks to exactly what they do or what they expected to do. So that's also one key area where we need to really
we need to reform them, because some people come back into society and they need that. So their families need that.
Okay, so Abdul Malik Kwekubaku, who's going to be one of the people who will be donating to my thing, it says that
the NDC Pro Forum say they are going to give 20,000 for your project.
All right, okay, I thank them.
And the Honorable Sampi Yali.
He's the president.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Abdul Malik Kwekubaku says, I met inmates, especially murder suspects or accused, who had been on remand between 10 and 14 years at the Kufredua prisons in 1982. And they have been there for 10. Some of them just...
on matters like this, I'll defer superior wisdom and experience to
he taught me.
Baku.
Abdul Malik Kwekubaku is the one who taught me about the fact that there was something called prison economy.
The more you go into the details, it may create problems. Mr. Baku, good morning.
But really, in the Americas, prisons are private owned.
Yes.
And I really think that we need to really look at the facilities at our prisons, and I say that because it is the right thing to do from a health perspective, so that we don't get diseases that then later on is brought into the main communities. And I think we need to, as a nation, and I'm happy that Dr. Koboy is also helping.
Yes.
In the
I
sense
actually
that,
saw the NHI officials. In fact, when I saw them first, I thought it was Ghana card. I thought it was Administration Authority. So I asked and I was told that it was a national health insurance.
And
so they're actually there registering.
It's good for the police, hospital, and Kolebus, because sometimes these prisoners end up there, and then the bill becomes an issue. So it's in the interest of the state to have health insurance for them, and that is remarkable. So I think this is a very very important topic, and I'm very appreciative. Like I said, we will also make I'll bring my small donation and then see where else I can pull some resources for this agenda.
Right.
We have some very powerful lawyers within the MPP, and I think
so all the viewers and all my friends who are actually watching, we need to really do this to help them.
And not just in Sawam.
Yes.
All the other.
At least for the first step.
Yeah.
Is in Sawam. I've made that promise to them, and I, by the grace of God, will deliver, with your assistance, deliver and at least help them do a lot of things. But one of the very senior officers there said, look, we have a lot of talents here. But talent anyway, so there's a lawyer here, there's a doctor here, okay, and there's a journalist. Okay. But we're all engaging we're all engaging in communication. Some might even say political communications, if we want to zero down on that. But there is an interesting lecture coming up tomorrow at the UPSA. And I want all of you to find the time. It's at 2 p.m. tomorrow, 15th of November. I want all of you to find the time to go to the UPSA and listen. And this,
after Finance Minister.
Yes, this is a lecture by somebody who really knows his stuff, knows the stuff, and is well versed when it comes to comms, especially political communications. So this is a Department of Communication Studies, the Faculty of Information Technology and Communication Studies at the UPSA. Now, this is a faculty guest lecture series, and the topic for tomorrow is PR ethics and political communication in an election year. PR ethics and political communication in an election year. Challenges, prospects, and recommendations for democratic development. And the speaker is Mr. Gerhard Mensah, who is a communications advisor to the Speaker of Parliament, and also a media and PR consultant. He's actually an APR when it comes to the Institute of Public Relations. So Gerhard Mensah is the guest speaker. That's tomorrow at the UPSA, 2 p.m. The topic, PR ethics and political communication and election year, challenges, prospects, and recommendations for democratic development. And so if you're anybody who is involved in political communication, is interested in political communications, is even interested in communication of the political landscape, especially going to election 2024, this is a lecture that you should not miss. And I'm sure that after listening to Mr. Gerhard Mensah, you would thank me that your time was worth it. All right, we'll be back shortly.
MTN.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ampedu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Asari.
How is business doing?
My business is collapsing.
Why is your business collapsing?
I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debts.
Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana?
Not at all.
Mr. Ampedu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to finance, and we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance, and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Ebri and Ekropon. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Ekropon, right after the Latte Junction, or in Ebri, near the Ebri Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us at Accra office on 0559 671 144, Ekropon office on 0555 621 611. Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
For over 20 years of serving the world with herbal and alternative medicine, we've been successful in treating complicated medical conditions with a perfect combination of herbal and alternative methods of treatments like homeopathy, naturopathy, reflexology, and many more. We deliver excellent and effective service to people from all walks of life through scientific and traditional means. We have a well-equipped laboratory with advanced diagnostic and treatment devices to help detect your illness, so we know the right medication to be given. At Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, we are proud manufacturers of our own herbal medication. Our zeal and passion to save lives with our patients at heart and outstanding achievements since 1996 has won us several awards. That is why we say, go herbal, go Amen. We are located everywhere in all the regions. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the He.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say, but as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Mommy.
Michelle say, fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Chocolate Toothpaste, healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste, Sankofa.
Yenchi, Kel Chocolate Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Everybody knows Acrobato. And if you know Acrobato, it means you know Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar. Let's hear what others are saying about Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Who will be careful Endpoint one?
Chese na me ankasa me period na se problems wom ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chese na nya asem ketewa na me coin point no mo hwe me modem no mo he bibia na so mo maduro me fire no ene ma won kra me enu hofo kwa na mkwan mu a eba
and everything yourself
me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante ene ne ko endpoint o mama nu a ene ne ho idea watimi asori anante.
That's Endpoint for you. Hello. Hey, what che? Okay. A free bra with the Endpoint what dance. I'm a choir no. me do so se ma na enkoye e paso na ma ye me nyina na ma gina se be ma na me be fie for there e ho na nyina jaresa. You heard everything. I have secret. Endpoint is my secret. Endpoint homeopathy clinic. I'm free. Masana go masaba. Say ECG ko cashless. Say cashless ya. You say you sika bia wo ECG office. ECG power up aba. And also another you be bia. Say open auto credit. Say open auto credit no one issue. So what problem bia open ECG for asset. He nan say open power up so. And one on beto asem bia prekope. So only smartphone na and money how. And there's only data and so and so you go be. And one say ubenya o young phone. Oh, sorry. Ubenya o phone. No one direct star 226 hash. You are through there. You see the power up no. Mobile money, Visa card, Mastercard, a BH you let me say you see the power up. I want to show a down some. Ne simple
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV, and still with me on the show, I have Godwin Eduji Tamaklo and Dr. Dixon Adumaku Kisi, and the natural absorptive property of charcoal helps to remove the bacteria that produces bad breath in the mouth, hence giving you a fresh breath. Kel Charcoal toothpaste has been formulated and produced under strict hygienic conditions with all the necessary production protocols and has been approved by the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA. Constant use of Kel Charcoal toothpaste gives you a good fresh breath, whiter teeth, reduces dental plaque, makes the gum healthy and strong, prevents cavity, upset stomach, hangover, and so on. Kel Charcoal toothpaste is recommended for adults and children from 6 years and above. Kel Charcoal toothpaste for white teeth and fresh breath all day long. This is another quality product from Samara Company Limited. Kel Charcoal toothpaste, happy smile. And I so cool, Betway's cash out just go way better. The enhanced daily partial and auto cash out feature lets you cash your bets out early, cash out a portion of your ongoing bets, or even set your bets to cash out automatically. All this to give you way more control over every thrilling bet you place. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana and not for persons under the age of 18. Betway, get way more. And you know, when it comes to our health, God is the healer, but He does the healing through humans. And one way to cure ailments is through alternative medicine. And that's when Amen Alternative Medical Hospital comes in. It's one of the best alternative medicine hospitals in Ghana today. So for all your health consultations, counseling, physiotherapy, and homeopathic medicine, Amen Alternative Medical Hospital has the best for you. Amen Alternative Medical Hospital is the first to modernize herbal and homeopathy medicine in Ghana. They have the best medical practitioners from KNUST with the state-of-the-art medical equipment curated for your need. The most obscure ailments can be diagnosed and taken care of. Amen Alternative Medical Hospital is at Klagon on the Lashibia Sherman Road near the Underbridge. And they open from Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Or you can reach them on 0207-229-505 or 0244-227-192 to book your appointments. Amen Alternative Medical Hospital, God is the healer. And if you're looking at getting a house or a home up the hill, I'm talking about a Brie, a Cropon, look no further. Kingdom Home Real Estate provides quality but affordable housing facilities for sale. The facilities are located at a serene environment of a Krapim, a Cropon, and a Brie with the best weather condition. They're 30 minutes drive from Accra and provide a modern touch of comfort. They provide a high standard security service plus CCTV, standby generators, constant water supply, and electricity. Kingdom Home Real Estate is surrounded by lovely tourist sites such as the Brie Botanical Garden, Boti Falls, Safari Valley Resort, etc. You have to pay 70% upfront and the rest spread over 2 years with no interest payments at all. Locate Kingdom Home Real Estate at a Brie close to the Brie Girls SHS and a Cropon right after Latte Junction. You can reach them on 0559 761 144 or 0555-621-611. You can also visit them at www.kingdomhomerealestate.com, and also you can check them out on their Facebook page. Look, so tomorrow is budget day.
Yes.
Interestingly, that will be the last budget for the Akufo-Addo government. The last budget. I don't know what that budget will be christened. The name they will give to it. We've heard that Jinkwes and Ejuma and Ejapa or Napa and all those things, and we know where we find ourselves. There have been a lot of talk about what to expect in the budget and all that. Yesterday I was reading something which suggests that the Vice President granted Asasi TV or radio an interview and said that the economy is better than what the NPP government inherited. Yes, I don't know if he was speaking about a 2018 economy or today, but that's what I read. And I saw a video of my sister Nanaya Mensah interviewing him. Okay, so he says that the economy is bad, but that's a verdict for the Ghanaian people to give him a response over. Now, the Economy Times says that the city to weaken further. We've had talks, the traders, we've had their issues, we've had people speak about, I have called on government, just like many others. I'm even told that there's a private member bill on it to stop the capping of some of the statutory funds. Today I've seen the birth and death registry also speak about it. They say that they are only able to retain 33% because of this capping and realignment policy which Parliament approved. So they are also asking for an uncapping of their funds and all that. The issue of the IMF program, the tranche 2, which of course was supposed to be also a pivot as far as the 2024 budget is concerned, is also in limbo. Nobody is speaking to us. We know that there was a November 1 deadline. We know that we have not met the deadline. But since the issue came out, there's been a lot of speculation. Experts are speaking, non-experts are also speaking. Officialdom is not speaking to us. I don't know if that's going to come in tomorrow's budget. But at least today is the 14th of November. And we are off this deadline by 13 days. Obviously, this has implications for whichever budget and the economy that we're going to run, because we're in an IMF program. What are we to expect tomorrow? I mean, Akufo-Addo and Bawumia's grand finale. What should we expect?
Well, budgets are very important for any nation, and more so for Ghana post, let me say, our visits to the IMF or our plea to the IMF, which ended up with an arrangement of 600 million, every quarter. As it stands, let me be very cautious in the things I would say, in the sense that I haven't read the budget. I think it will be made available to all of us tomorrow. But in our engagement with Finance Ministry, as members of Parliament, one of the key concerns which we raised from a revenue standpoint is the property rate and the collection, which my municipal chief executive is on my neck anytime we talk, in the sense that we as it is, transferred that collection process to GRA, and it has deprived, whether, for lack of a better word, deprived the assemblies of, the quantum that they were experiencing just about a year or two ago. So from a governmental revenue standpoint, I think that's one of the major concerns, and I don't know if it will be addressed in this budget in terms of, letting the Ghanaian people know how much we've realized over the past, 10 months with regards to property rate collection. Now, it is a grand finale, the last one per the president's budget. And may I also add that it's the last one for Ken Oforiatta, because he's at the helm of affairs when it comes to finances of our nation. And I'm also to at least inform our viewers that for me, because of the IMF requirements and based on the negotiations we had with the IMF, we should not expect a lot of major things. Because we are limited. We are very limited in what we can add on in terms of projects, in terms of even government ambitions to even complete existing programs, the likes of, shall I say, the cathedral, and I really want Ghanaians to be assured that, for lack of a better word, we are limited as a nation now for the next minimum 2 years in terms of bloating or increasing government expenditure. Now, I foresee that, based on the requirements of IMF, we may have some tax instrument to improve on government entire revenue, because we have a debt, local debt and foreign debt, that we need to start showing some commitment to making those payments. And the only way government knows is either through taxes or loans. And we are cut off on the loan aspect, so the only arm that government has, whether we like it or not, is to take nokofio from the citizenry, so that we all have one key thing I've learned from Finance Minister, that big word, shared responsibility, burden sharing, and he says it so well, like a Yale graduate. So I really think that for tomorrow, by midday or 1 or 2 o'clock, before this fantastic program you just talked about, I'm sure that Ghanaians should be expecting very little, or shall I say, not monumental in terms of government, programs for next year. Granted, it's an election year, and I think that we are wary of inflation. We are wary of government expenditure during election year, and I'm hoping that Finance Ministry will be quite cautious in terms of the things that we would want to do. But I can say without a doubt that as for road minister, we would expect that he makes an appearance in the budget, because my constituents want their roads. Every MP's constituent wants their roads done. So, they say last killer. As for the last killer, I'm expecting that if there were years of roads, as for 2024, we do not, and let me repeat that, we do not have, the liberty to not improve on our road infrastructure. And whether people say because it's an election year we're pushing for roads or not, as far as I'm concerned, to be able to go back to my constituents in December and beg for them to continue governance, it is the roads agenda that I have to. Though members of parliament do not do roads, unfortunately, that is the only thing voters hear in this country. So I'm expecting that tomorrow's budget, the finance minister will make a firm or bold statement with regards to our individual roads in the various 275 constituencies.
So already,
and that one
already there's an issue of ongoing roads or ongoing road projects that have stalled.
Exactly. Because the likes of Teshi, that big major one, Sakumono, I mean, and even other ones in the various corridors, and I'm hearing that people are even still making demands seriously about Tema motorway, and I don't know if tomorrow it will feature, but I know for sure that Ghanaians are becoming wary, and they will not forgive us if we do not invest heavily in roads in tomorrow's budget. If not anything at all. As for health, we all know the Agenda 111s are there, and we can also make a firm case that at least minimum of 20 of them have to be completed next year, so that we can at least vouch for our health infrastructure, and the fact that Koforidua is also another major hospital that has been added. That infrastructure has to be, it has to see commissioning. I am happy about the GU unit at Kolebu. Fantastic, but there are many more that we need to let the public know in terms of what we've done for health. Okay. And I think and hope that La General Hospital, which is dear, and I must say that it was a facility that served many people. Yes. And we cannot discount the fact that it's created a vacuum.
That was a general hospital.
A vacuum. And I'm hoping that there should be something commented on that. And I also think that the VRA issue in terms of the dam spillage, I'm hoping that Finance Minister will tell us something. You know, people have lost their homes. People are displaced. People are struggling and suffering and are in a camp situation. And I hope that our Finance Ministry would comment on that, because it has become a major issue in this country. And then as part of all of this is the climate change, which Ghana also has to show that we are taking it serious. Climate change so far is so real. When the dam spillage happened, I have said on many places that, listen, we are missing one key component. Why has it been raining every time this year? We've had, huge amounts of rain this year. This year, I didn't know which was rainy season and which was dry season. It's been raining. And if we miss out on that key thing, that climate change is real, and take the necessary steps to, one, show the rest of the world that we as Africans, we as Ghanaians also understand climate change, and that we are on our own also making some, very key initiatives in our life. California is making laws to stop, cars that are not electronic in the next, I think, 30 years. What are we doing as Ghanaians? I know we love our second-hand cars, but I think that in the future, we need to show something positive.
But Doc, let me ask you. You have lived and practiced in America, and you are now here, practicing here and living here. We are going all over the place chasing climate change money. When they have the COPs, we have perhaps. Yes.
The next one is in Dubai, which
anytime there's a COP, we have perhaps the biggest delegation. Anytime there's a COP,
Energy Minister, Environment, Science,
we always have one of the biggest delegations compared to all the countries who are going to beg them for the money.
We have more technical people.
Well, because we're more sensible, that's fine, and so we're doing all these things. We're chasing climate change money.
Yes.
And trying to demonstrate that we know what time is up.
Yes.
We know it's climate change time. We are interested.
Windmills.
We are taking steps to do all those things. Yet here in this country, and tomorrow is budget day.
Yeah.
We see taxation on brand new and newer vehicles as a revenue generator.
More so than.
How do you say that you are an advocate for climate change? You were speaking about emissions and all that. And yet, when it comes to your revenue mobilization, your tax handles and all that, you have a strategy that punishes.
No incentive.
Yes, punishes people who bring in new vehicle or newer vehicles.
Yeah.
And is less punitive for people who bring in older vehicles. Obviously, this tax regime or strategy was a revenue thing to say that if you have the ability to buy new cars, you should be able to pay more. So probably many years ago. But once you have decided that you now know that climate change is real. You are
Yeah.
not a Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Climate change is real.
Yeah.
And you are all over the world with biggest delegations chasing climate change money. Something must tell you that you cannot be speaking across purposes. You cannot be giving mixed signals as to whether you really mean this issue of carbon emissions and climate change and all that. You can't continue having policies that encourage people to bring in
older cars
and
buying
it's punitive
to
against
buy
people
new.
who buy newer cars and still say that you are an advocate for climate change and are chasing climate change money. Don't you see a disconnect?
I think you're right when you say that, and I really think that we need to make the message and our actions in line. In that it should be more punitive to bring older cars than new ones. I think you're right on that, but I think that also
you need to stop making
there should be a balance.
Yeah, you need to stop making the purchase or importation or whatever of
a
newer
new
cars.
car.
I mean,
more.
Yes, I mean you need to stop that. You can't say
have
that
a
I'm
strong
fighting
point.
this and then at the same time,
Like our solar energy components. There's one factory here that exports it, and we need to make it more convenient, business friendly for them to do more solar things here, so that more of our governmental facilities.
One of the biggest impediments for those who want to do solar and others has to do with the cost of setup.
Exactly.
Yes, the cost of setup. So it's a huge hindrance.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, the initial cost. Yeah.
Elsewhere, they give you tax breaks for that. So we have a lot to learn. But I
so
think
for
that,
me, it is not just about bringing a tax or bringing a tax handle or sending huge delegations to COP or writing all the grammar with all the nice things and the lingua that people in climate change want to hear.
Okay, so our actions
You
have
need to be
in line.
acting it.
Our actions have to be done. So I think that's a very strong case. But I really think that we might see something of that nature also in the budget, where Ghana is making efforts to, as it is, reduce our emissions. And I think that, initially there were bargains between us and Switzerland to see how we can do less emissions and then they remunerate us. But then, the key argument is that we need to develop. So trying to develop means that you have to have a Chinese situation where you're actually burning more carbon fuel. And that is a very tough thing, because they have had the opportunity to develop. We are now coming. How do we marry the two, where we need industries in our country? We also need industries. That's the only way we can, make amends. And I think I commend Dr. Frimpong for that. That's one thing I will remember him by.
Frimpong
Boating. One thing I remember him by, some of the things he said about industrialization and the key to our, revolution or evolution as a nation. So tomorrow's budget, yes, is the last one, and I can also throw a bet that there'll be a Bible quotation. That one I'm very sure that there'll be one Bible quotation.
And white.
And that one too, yes, white. And if it doesn't happen,
can the finance minister wear black for once?
And if it doesn't happen, I'll buy you some comic kena.
Can he wear black for once? To signal where the economy is.
I think I saw him in black at a relative's funeral. I mean, he does.
Of course, he cannot wear white to a funeral.
Yes. So tomorrow is a new dawn, in a way, in terms of the budget post-IMF agreement. It's a remarkable day. I'm excited, and we'll cheer him on.
So how come
at the
IMF and World Bank and China and all those places, he doesn't quote the Bible? How come he doesn't do that?
Well, we have not been,
especially when we went to speak with China. On the IMF thing. I was expecting
they believe in their values more so than Christianity.
Okay.
And I must say that I'm a traditionalist in the sense that I think that our tradition had very superior doctrines.
That's not the.
In Rome, do what the Romans do.
Okay.
And I think that he knows very well that
As for here,
the Tao principles are different from the Christian.
Okay.
And I don't think you can be quoting in Saudi Arabia the Bible. I hope you understand. He's very much aware of his audience.
The World Bank and IMF, they are at Washington.
No, I'm just saying he's very
That's
mindful
where all the major churches
of
are.
his audience.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and you know, let me be very frank with you.
No, you're right.
The Western world,
you're right about knowing the audience.
The Western world.
It says a lot about
the audience.
It says a lot about the Ghanaian audience. Yes.
Exactly.
That's
So
that's true. I agree with you.
My cousin always, when he arrives, says, "Charlie, how many churches in this country? How many churches?" And who knows? I mean. One reason why, you know, he likes to, because we familiarize ourselves so much with the doctrines of the, you know.
All right. So
Bible.
apparently, you know, earlier I was saying that the November 1 deadline, and we've not heard from the minister.
Correct.
You know that. Correct. Okay. So apparently, I think a colleague journalist has sent me this, that apparently on Friday, the Ministry of Finance issued a statement. I mean, so this is a statement responding to a November 1 publication by My Joy Online, November 1. And this was made on the 10th of November, that's Friday. So I'm sure I missed it because I was at Pando doing Pasek at 70. Okay. So it says false publication by My Joy Online. Ghana misses out on IMF's November 1 timeline for second tranche as external debt restructuring talk drag. And it says the attention of the Ministry of Finance has been drawn to above titled misleading publication on My Joy Online about Ghana missing a purported deadline of 1st November 2023 for the disbursement of the second tranche of the International Monetary Fund funds. The ministry thus wishes to set the record straight. A, there's no 1st November 2023 timeline for disbursement of the second tranche of the IMF funds. No deadline has been set by the IMF for the second tranche disbursement, which is due to take place after the IMF Executive Board approves the first review. The publication by My Joy Online references Table 9 on page 72 of the Memorandum of Economic and Financial Policies published on 17th May 2023 by the IMF. The November 1 stated in this table is an indicative timeline for completion of the first review based on the observance of the end June 2023 performance criteria. This first review was successfully completed on 6th of October 2023, culminating in a staff level agreement on the same day. While the staff level agreement milestone is an important step towards unlocking the second tranche of $600 million under the program, the timeline set by the Executive Board for the consideration and approval of the first review is not 1st November 2023 as published by My Joy Online. The exact timeline for the board date is determined by the IMF Executive Board. B. External debt restructuring negotiations are progressing smoothly. The government of Ghana is making good progress in accordance with its strategic plan to engage the official creditor committee of the Paris Club, secure a memorandum of understanding on debt restructuring, and go before the IMF Executive Board for approval of the first review. C. My Joy Online's misinformation about the 1st November deadline for disbursement of IMF funds contradicts its own publication of 2nd November 2023. It is tried knowledge that the IMF Executive Board meeting to approve Ghana's first review must occur before the disbursement of the next tranche of IMF funds on 2nd November 2023. My Joy Online published an article titled IMF Executive Board to meet in 3rd week of November, Oforiata hints, which clearly contradicts the false publication of a 1st November deadline. 3. The Ministry of Finance therefore encourages the general public and media houses in particular to seek the facts and truth about any information that comes to their attention by reaching out to the ministry for clarification. Whenever they are in doubt, they may also visit our website or they can email. They've put it, and this is issued by the Public Relations Unit of the Ministry of Finance. So that's the response.
Yeah. So I think tomorrow will be exciting. People will hear the grand finale, and there'll be discussions soon after. And I also need to add, I think today you showed that the Parliament will sit on the budget after tomorrow in Accra. We're hoping to travel out to really, it serves as an opportunity to have a discussion with the NDC, or let me say people in the minority, after, you know, we go through it, so that issues are ironed out even before we come back for debate. But in this case, that is in Accra. I also worry that, you know, as soon as we finish our tutorials and sessions, people just break away and go home. So we'll miss out heavily on the discussions we have after, let me say, training. But be it as it may, in my heart of hearts, I would have wished that we still give it another consideration to do this, exercise a bit away from where we are always being pulled. But in the wisdom of the Speaker of Parliament and the need to review or revise what was done on Friday, we've been now, as it is, we've made a decision to host this in Parliament in Accra, and we'll be here Saturday, Sunday doing Ghana's business, and that is it. So I'll let lawyer also come on board. Yeah.
Randy, we are obviously not expecting anything useful from this budget. It's been 7 years of pain and anguish. It is a set of promises that have landed Ghana and its citizens today in a serious case of quagmire. The thought of even presenting a budget is a huge headache for business owners, households, among other things. Randy, as you're aware, the 2022-2023 budgets brought in its wake unprecedented hardship and in some cases death. The pain, the issues of domestic debt exchange program is still with us. The regrettable haircuts that innocent pensioner bondholders, pensioner funds, investors have suffered as a result of the reckless mismanagement of the Ghanaian economy is there. I think tomorrow will just be what I will call the final burial of Ghanaians. That's basically what the budget is going to do, to announce the final burial. After killing us with the budget and all the killer taxes, tomorrow will just herald what I would say is the final burial. Randy, that said, if you look at the toxic nature of the economic mismanagement that we have seen in the past 7 years, you will not have any hope that anything good will come out of the white shirt
of Nazareth.
Absolutely. This one from Chebi. Nothing good is going to come out of this budget. Already, the information that I'm picking is that the luxury vehicle tax that was scrapped is now coming back, reclassified and christened emission tax, but to achieve the same end. And so if you're a taxi driver, and now let me say the people of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. But this one is bad news. Tomorrow, Ken Oforiatta, on behalf of Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, are going to announce a new tax. Just that this time around, they are calling it emission tax. And it is going to further impoverish you. And we are talking about a group of people.
Why Cape Coast?
You remember when Bawumia went to Cape Coast and he said, the people of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are going to build a new airport for you. Now the airport has turned audio airport. But we'll deal with that on a different date.
What has that got to do with the budget?
Just to let you know the promises. But I'll just situate it properly. Now, you see, Randy, we have a situation where these people in opposition told us that they were going to move the economy from taxation to production. Now the score line, after 7 years mismanaging this economy, is that we have a situation where overall tax revenue that have been, as it were, gotten by this administration is in excess of 300 billion in the space of 7 years. And we are still counting. Now, if you put all the taxes that they have taken from Ghanaians, the slogan or the campaign promise that they were going to move the economy from taxation to production is a sham. And that alone further demonstrates that if you believe the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia administration, that they will do anything useful for you, then obviously you do not have a better appreciation of what is going on. And that alone is there. Randy, you also note that this administration behaves like what the scientists call the black hole. It eats everything in its way. To the point that today, they have destroyed the economy that will require a different thought leadership to reverse that trend. And I'm surprised that when the Honorable MP was talking, he said, look, we have come to the point of burden sharing. We cannot burden share. We have taken the responsibility. This is a government that decided to borrow from Ghanaians and foreign investors. When the time was due to pay the principal and interest, you decided to come with a domestic debt exchange program. And you are calling it burden sharing. This cannot be burden sharing. Because the people have done their part. They have paid their taxes. Now, when the time is due for you to demonstrate your side of the responsibility, you have decided to do otherwise and to destroy the economy on top. Look, the release that you just read, obviously, government is living in its own reality. Government is not trying to be real with the people of this country. Obviously, the IMF second tranche, which is the 600 million, is dependent on certain conditions. One of the conditions is that you should have gotten the agreement with your external, creditors, the Paris Club and the Chinese, of course. You have not been able to do that. And that is not a condition subsequent. It's a condition precedent. So you cannot come with a long press release when the reality is that today you do not have the 600 million Ghana cedis, dollars. It's the reality. So my Joe Online is definitely right when they suggest that you needed this money even for the purpose of these budgets. The money is not there. So you are just going to read the budget statement tomorrow anchored on, future events happening. Definitely is going to be problematic. For the first time in 30 years, Randy, Cocoa Board is struggling to raise $1.2 billion by way of syndicated loan. How did we get here in the first place? In the past, cocoa producers, cocoa buyers, and others, knowing the usual yield among other things, give us the syndicated loan. It's almost as of right. For the first time in 30 years, we couldn't raise 1.2 billion because the banks are saying that you are going through a DDEP. Why should I be pouring money into a bottomless pit? We won't do it. But if you want us to do it, then pay us a higher premium. We do not have the capacity to pay the higher premium. So for the first time in 30 years, we have been able to raise only 800 million. Parliament's Finance Committee and co have been looking at the interest rate, higher interest rates, because the bankers said, look, it is too risky to give money to government. How did we get here? And the people who have mismanaged this economy to this level are not demonstrating any remorse. No remorse whatsoever. Within the space of 7 years, Randy, you have destroyed the economy. You have destroyed personal finances of people. And one would expect that the duty bearers, the people who did this generational harm, would demonstrate a certain level of humility. But look at the arrogant posturing of the vice president when he appeared before Asase Radio. I mean, he basically gaslights us. He tells us that, look, the economy that I, Dr. Mahmoud Bambian, as the chairman of the economic mismanagement team, I have done is better than the economy I inherited. Mr. Vice President, you have no respect for Ghanaians. You have no respect for the intelligence and sensibilities of Ghanaians. Mr. Vice President, once you worked at the Bank of Ghana, was there any time that Ghana defaulted in paying its external responsibility by way of interest payment and amortization? No. For a whole year, under your I don't know whether to call it leadership or misleadership, we have not been able to service. We have basically been declared bankrupt. And the person who has spearheaded this bankruptcy narrative says, I have managed an economy better. Mr. Vice President, where are you living? Are you living on Mars? If you are living on Mars, come down. Zacchaeus, come down from the tree and begin to appreciate the daily pain, the daily suffering of Ghanaians. Today, his usual refrain, teachers are suffering. Everyone is suffering in this country. In fact, the people who are not suffering are persons associated with the president and the vice. And it's understandably so. So, Randy, we need to get a few things clear. That the economy is in a terrible shape. It requires a new conversation to reverse that downward trend. As we speak, they want to again play their usual 419 scam by saying, oh, we are going to remove taxes on sanitary pads. Why in God's name should you even place tax on sanitary pads in the first place? I mean, if you are thinking properly, why should you even put tax on sanitary pads in the first place? So that tomorrow you will come and say, oh, we have removed taxes on sanitary pads. Clap for us. You have no respect. And like Randy pointed out, I think the finance minister appreciates his audience. He knows that the typical Ghanaian people will just take anything from them. We have not demonstrated anger enough for this level of mismanagement. I have no scintilla of hope in the budget that will be read. Obviously, it's not going to be his last budget because you will read another one maybe October or July 2024, obviously for the next year. So this is definitely not going to be his very last. But this particular one is the final barrier. Like they say, yekumuye akaso mesiye. Ekunu de omekumuye akaso mesiye. So we are just waiting.
You are dead and talking.
I mean, you should understand. You should understand. So tomorrow is just the final barrier. And this budget is one budget that is going to impose additional tax burdens on the Ghanaian, additional tax burden on industry, additional tax on household. When are we going to have a respite? Randy, when are we going to see some glimmer of hope? When? And the very people who have landed this economy here say, oh, give us another 4 years to destroy you more. How can this be? In terms of the specifics, as for La General Hospital, if it doesn't come in this budget, then it means that the wickedness is beyond comprehension. It must feature prominently. Because you see, as for the General Hospital conversation, I still don't understand. Full-fledged hospital is there. Then you go and break it down. And this is a quadriqua promising you. I mean, the people in Ula should have resisted the destruction of that General Hospital. But we've learned from that useful lesson. It won't happen again. Sea defense. For my people within Southern Volta, God gave us the sea for our livelihood. And it has also become our biggest problem.
Climate change.
We are hopeful that at least tomorrow, the sea defense projects and compensation for the flood victims occasioned by that man-made disaster will feature prominently. How they will be resettled will feature prominently in the budget. As you are aware, the spillage had affected as many about 5 or 6 regions in the country.
Yes.
Starting from the Bono regions, Oti, Eastern region,
yeah.
Greater Accra, Volta, are those affected. I want to hear specific intervention to restore normalcy to these affected
But we
regions.
must say that the finance ministry made some donation, at least. I think, you know, I just want to say that, you know, because you raised it.
Look, we are dealing with a government that has failed in anticipating a risk.
Oh.
And the risk happening and just going there and saying,
we won't go into that today.
It's good we are not going into it
because
because these are places that you know. Randy, do you know that there's what we call the West African Coastal Area Agreement that government of Ghana is supposed to sign?
So my big sister, the MP for Ketu South, Honorable Jifa Tivo.
No, Gomashi.
Jifa Gomashi. Sorry. Jifa Gomashi. She sent me one on this particular issue.
The agreement.
Yes, and for her, that's what she wants to see.
Yes, because you see, Randy, do you know that because Togo and Benin have signed on to the WACA,
yes,
you understand, it's giving them the opportunity for their shorelines
to reclaim it.
Yes. And the World Bank is helping in this conversation. We need to sign on to it. That provides us additional form of investment or intervention to resolve that particular problem. But you see, Randy, is it not curious that at the time when we are not servicing our public debts, at the time that we have retained so much foreign exchange by way of interest payment and amortization in the country, our cedi is depreciated at this level. Today, the Ghana cedi is almost 12 cedi, 50 pesos, depending on where you get it. At the time, you are not servicing your public debts. So imagine a situation where external. Sorry. Imagine a situation where you are having to service your debt as well. We'll be trading the cedi almost at 20 cedis. And the people managing the economy are not telling us anything. What they are doing, as it were, to resolve the problems associated with. And I've always been praying that from next year, MPP communicators are not going to add Russia, Ukraine, and the Hamas war. I've been praying against this. That
you won't pray for the war to end. You are praying against.
Oh no, as for the people who are whatever they have their own. If it ends, hallelujah. But I'm saying that you cannot mismanage an economy and eventually now associate Russia, Ukraine as the cause of the problem. No. And you see, Honorable one of the things that I expect from your leadership is that somebody should be telling us that, look, this one will take full responsibility for it. That's the mark of leadership.
The president said this.
No.
He said that as for the economy, he can bring back, but the dead he can't.
No, but that's not responsibility. No, I'm talking about.
But this principle went missing when it came to the renal unit at Kolebu.
Well, as it stands,
over 4 million cedis.
Over
4 million cedis. No, I'm saying that for over 4 million cedis.
They are hoping to pay
this week.
You are a medical doctor.
Yeah, very unfortunate situation.
That over 4 million cedis, 19 people should die.
It's very
for a regime that believes that it knows how to revive an economy but not how to bring back dead bodies.
Randy,
19 people should die.
Very unfortunate.
Randy,
over 4 million Ghana cedis.
Randy, is it not curious that at the time when we needed just 4 million,
people still go to bed and sleep soundly?
At the time when we needed, Honorable, at the time when we needed 4 million Ghana cedis to get the renal unit operational to save life.
I think I'm hoping that
Dr. Bawumia had 83 million Ghana cedis to share. No, you don't think so? Do you know that as part of his campaign, if 4 million was used to, that's $300,000. Was used to settle that debt, will forever be indebted.
I would prefer we don't.
No, but these are key issues.
Because I can equally then say many things that Mahama has spent should have been rather spent on health.
How?
So let's not.
No. If the vice president had 83 million Ghana cedis,
you know, as we
at
sit
the
here,
time when government could not raise 4 million.
No, you know, as we sit here,
4 million Ghana cedis to resolve the renal unit issue. You cannot provide any justification for it.
No, I'm not justifying. I'm just saying that we shouldn't go there with that
with you now to say that, okay, what about Mahama? Is Mahama the one in charge of the economy?
Government is making the payment, so what's the problem now?
After the 19, are you going to revive them?
You see, Doc, what
the 19 life, their families are watching.
What hurts me with this renal thing is that you realize that the first time that this issue came to the fore was when the case of illegal charges, the increment came up.
Yeah.
I interviewed the Kolebu CEO here.
Yeah.
You know, no, it's not be approved because by law, Parliament ought to approve all these things, and that had not been done. But the reality was that because most of the things required were imported, I mean, you had all those issues. And then the issue of bringing some of these supplies via air. And
that's the only way.
Yes, and the issue of paying the duties. So even brought something to mind in dealing with these exemption things. The
health tax
the exemptions, the tax exemptions. Shouldn't we have exempted, let's say, health and education from it? Because how do you,
to some extent,
how do you expect health institutions to pre-finance duties, looking at the cost of duties, and then later on go and make an application, go through that bureaucracy to get the money back? How many of the public health institutions have the capability of doing that? And yet it was lost on everybody.
It's not good.
It was lost on everybody.
Honorable.
The same way we could go and negotiate LEAP and those things to be exempted. We're doing a tax exemption thing, and it didn't dawn on anybody that, look, if we approve these things, the implications are that, look, if Kolebu bring all these medical supplies, Kolebu has to go and pay, or 37 has to go and pay, or Ridge Hospital has to go and pay.
Before you work backwards.
Before they go through applications and others and get the money reimbursed. Where are they going to get those monies from? And what will happen between when the essentials arrive and when they are able to have that money? So we had that issue. And we tried to hash it. The following day, we now saw people with evidence of having even paid the new rates and all that.
With receipts.
Yes. A level of dishonesty and lack of candor. And then the next thing is that, so after this, then the place is closed over this 4 million. And we allow the place to close for as long as it remained closed for 19 persons who do not have, even when the place was closed because of cost, there were people who had reduced their 3 times a week to once.
Randy, the finance ministry report, it has been fact-checked.
Yes.
And the fact check shows that the finance ministry were not, they've not demonstrated candor with the people of this country, because the table...
Have they ever?
The table specifically provided what ought to have been done. The 2 conditions, and both were not met by November 1st. And that is the reason why we...
It was been fact checked by the same Joy. You know the statement I just read. Joy
well, I mean,
I've also fact-checked
finance minister has
but you see, Randy,
given us the reason.
But Randy, is it also
we haven't
curious?
met the conditions?
Is it also curious, Randy? And
he has said
Randy,
it.
I think I need to make this point.
Look, there are Bible quotations for lying.
No, he has said it.
I am
and
praying.
there are Bible quotations for thinking that you're smarter than everybody else.
No, but they have said it.
No, I'm telling you, there are.
I am praying.
So when he quotes, then you quote.
Tomorrow's, I'm hopeful that you may have the benefit of seeing the budget that will be read tomorrow.
Oh, we will all have it at the same time.
But I'm hoping that tomorrow voter roads will feature prominently.
Voter
roads.
Oh, but I have said that roads in general.
No, but you know the last time.
With which money?
With the year of road, you remember voter roads were taken out. And I'm saying that.
No, but both you and honorable.
This one.
You and honorable.
It will not happen.
You sat less than 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Speaking about the fact that
IMF,
although we declared bankruptcy November of last year, we are not servicing any of our external debts.
Yes.
Even the internal one, we have restructured a lot of them.
Delay and
yes.
And you know that even the restructured
yet dollar has crossed 12. Yet our economy is in the shape that it is. Although
it could have been worse.
Although we are collecting the revenues and all that.
It could have been worse.
So that even makes the point.
Yeah.
And so, in spite of all this, you say you want what?
Roads.
But I
with which money?
Which I still demand. I still demand. There has to be machinations
Randy,
to provide the Ghanaian people a road.
Randy, you know, curiously,
we are not paying our debts.
But
yet this is the situation. This is the state of the economy. What explains it?
The Ghanaians demand.
What explains it?
Our citizens demand.
You remember Kennedy Japan? You remember Kennedy?
My constituents want.
We are not paying our debts.
My constituents want.
But Randy, Kennedy Japan said during the campaign. You remember during the campaign, Kennedy Japan said something profound, and it appears Ghanaians have taken their minds off.
What did he say?
Look, I have never seen this level of looting like there is no tomorrow. And people are spiriting the money outside. These are worse.
It was a
the
claim.
Man who obtained almost 40%.
It was a claim.
From the creme de la creme.
It was a claim. It was politics. It was politics.
That you are looting, just politics. It's a serious matter. Because
look,
like
with the new legal claims with money laundering, you are
not paying anything.
The rules will not allow you.
You are keeping your taxes here. At the same time, the economy is in ICU. How did we get here?
Was in ICU.
It's in ICU.
Was in ICU.
Look, today,
we are
by next year, Randy, we will be paying almost 12 billion Ghana cedis.
There will be some good messages tomorrow.
How are we going to do that?
That we are struggling. We are
I know that our indebtedness, we're going to start making some payments in January.
No, from next year we're going to do almost 12
billion. Something which was a given.
Almost $1 billion.
That we only complained about the fact that it was turned into a big ceremony.
Oh God.
The KK party.
Syndicated loan.
Oh.
When they will go and find a hotel or something and do a big ceremony, we've been able to attract 1.5 billion. Even raising money.
We can't do that.
For cocoa.
And Randy, you know the curious one. They even went to cocoa buyers, Olam and Co, begging them to advance loans to them.
I think it's being worked on.
We get here?
We're hoping.
And you see, Honorable, I played with
from November till today. We have not paid one CD.
If you are among the advisors, if you are among the advisors of Dr. Baunia, if you are,
okay.
If you are among the advisors, this whole idea of insulting consistently the intelligence of Ghanaians. I mean, you destroy an economy to this level, and then when you have the opportunity to address Ghanaians, you tell them that the economy is better.
I haven't seen that, but like I was saying,
I mean, how in God's name can this economy be better? Better than what?
But before I conclude, there's one thing I need to say here.
Better than what?
Yesterday I was...
And you know, Randy, you were saying that the 2018-2019, possibly that's the economy. That was the economy that caused government to set up a 40-member
I'm saying that because
committee.
I'm saying that because
I mean,
the first
even
time
before COVID came, the economy was already down.
I'm saying that
so
because the first time my attention was brought to that interview, without even watching the video, what I said was that Oh, this must have been
some
in relation to election 2020. Because I thought that then
there's a lot of rehash.
Yeah, I thought that then perhaps he was referring to economic performance of 2018, 2019 or something.
Yeah.
But then when I watched the video and I realized that he was speaking about today.
I will watch it. I would watch it. I haven't, so
So Randy, I mean just to conclude on this one, we will plead with Akufo-Addo
Council,
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia,
and
that they have caused enough harm already to the living conditions of Ghanaians. The two of them should, in the name of God, pack bag and baggage and go for a new mindset to reset this economy. Because that is the only way
your people say Bahama cannot reset the economy.
This economy. Nobody has said that.
Oh.
Nobody has said
During
that.
Your primaries.
Because you see, the solution is there. It is doable.
During your primaries, it was loud and clear that Bahama cannot reset this economy.
And
he doesn't have the know-how.
You see, Albert Einstein says it profoundly. He said the mind that had created a problem cannot be the mind to solve it.
There'll be a new cabinet.
There'll
be a new cabinet.
Akufo-Addo's second-term cabinet.
There'll be a new cabinet. There'll be a new cabinet.
It's just going to be a third term for Akufo-Addo.
No.
And that should not happen.
I can tell you on authority. Is there going to be a new cabinet?
Please, authority has no basis. You understand? And that is what we should know. That a vote for
there will be
is a
new
vote
cabinet.
for third term for Mr. Akufo-Addo.
There'll be a new cabinet.
And his family.
I can tell you
that is what Ghana is, a communal labor.
There'll be a new cabinet.
All rally
that
to
much
rescue
I know.
This country.
That much I know.
And I have always maintained that the 2024 election is going to be Ghana's second independence.
James Cameron is back in the UK.
Ghana's
There's going to be a new
second
cabinet.
independence.
Trust me.
And we should not.
You've seen James
whatever is
Cameron.
well,
He's back.
Permit this. I mean, that's a
From
different
Prime Minister, now Secretary.
That's a different conversation.
No, I'm just saying.
But
There's a new cabinet.
So you mean Akufo-Addo is coming back for a third term?
No, I said it's going to be a whole new cabinet.
So situate the conversation well. Regardless, a vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a vote for a third term. And that is why Akufo-Addo has been saying that he will do everything in his power. You've heard him.
I said it will not be. It's a different cabinet.
He will do everything in his power.
I keep telling you, it's a new cabinet.
That underscores.
You refuse to understand.
And you see, Honorable, we have made a point, and it's so self-evident now. That
I know
if you
that
look at the volume and the envelope of resources that has come to the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration, and you look at the deliverables,
which there are a lot,
and the deliverables
there are a lot of deliverables
that you promised more and under-delivered. The only justification is that
the NDC not promise
where
money
is the
and
money?
not do all too?
Where is the money?
No, the NDC not promise
Where is the
and
money?
not do
And
the E-blocks.
We've
even done more E-blocks
most of them is looted.
Oh.
Looted.
Okay, so somebody says
where I'm so deeply worried.
Dr. Kisi for running mate.
I go.
That's romantic. You want Say Dr. Kisi for running.
I beg you. Let me grow first.
I'm sure by close of day tomorrow we'll see pictures of him in adoring family members and others. If your name comes out for the.
All right, gentlemen, we need to go. Thanks for joining
Randy,
me.
thank you.
Up next, GMG Trends.
39%.
Ghana, KNUSC ISWAM, Republic Welfare Limited, a subsidiary of Republic Bank Ghana, presents Women in Business Conference. Are you a young woman entrepreneur with a small business or medium-scale business? You can't miss this amazing program coming up at Cafe Banua Jowulua Crown on the 30th of November 2023, 9 a.m. sharp. Learn about loan financing, access to loans. All these benefits await you. Don't miss this amazing opportunities. Investment is a cool 1,000 Ghana cedis. Covers all course materials, coffee break, lunch, networking. See you there.
The 7th edition of the prestigious Ghana Energy Awards is here. Theme: Ghana's Energy Transition Framework, Sector Institutions as Building Blocks for the 2030 to 2040 targets. Happening live on Friday, 17 November at the Labadi Beach Hotel, 6:30 p.m. Special guest of honor is His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufuado, President of the Republic of Ghana. For tickets, sponsorship, or enquiries, call 030-394-0300 or 055-930-0631. Endorsement, validation, industry partners, media partner. Ghana Energy Awards, 7 years of redefining excellence.
Yamawakwaba the button Nadum Auto Fix and Accessories. Ahadie e bano KSC near Wakadia. Ubenya biwa. Kabian in the house, any new here. Yansu ye were winning the four or best son we ye amount. Nadum Auto Fix and Accessories ye jume did ye. 24/7 ye CCU engine, brake, battery, yes a sound tie. Say bano car wash dia. Ye wo abe fun fidelity say steamer ye the whole car engine abra nsuo nko engine nim ye san ye detailing metre say ye betwetwe car no mu ba bia ma ye wi a ye san polish car na ma kama enye we no nko ye san to car batteries, tires, rims, any de keke kan Manadum Auto Fix and Accessories ema wo car ensi ne dadem na nwu adwuma ma hwehwe ye chira kwan wo dansoma na sorry dan ho a ene KFC bon hwani mu e won kran se wo information anansem bi se bia 024-651-9369. Nadum Auto Fix and Accessories.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and couple the makers in
The pneumatological aberration of the Lord revealed unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. Emma up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Ewo Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasama Zongo Junction. Edike Pharmacy Dining. Oyer Fateman Boga Junction. Ashaman Valco Flat. Kumasi. Ahinema Kokobeng. Asafu Bwachi Hospital Junction.
Takradi. Kuma. Number 9 Market.
Tell mom and dad about the Makers Blessing Attack program.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254.
Terms and conditions apply.
The same got to moon I'm a sissy.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Time to check out what is trending on social media with Desi, the star boy.
Look.
Yes, Desi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So today on our trends list, as I've got for you, I have the Honorable Alan Kojo Martin. The man is fit. Charlie, if you see the punches in a Bukobango through, like, yeah. The show says he's ready for 2024. All right, so I'll tell you about that. So so that's it on your screen right now. So let's check out the video. When we come up, we talk about it.
I find something extremely interesting.
Okay.
Since Mr. Lanchomantin, Honorable Lanchomantin, left to form his movement or formed his movement, you know, or left to form his movement, in announcing the movement, his decision and everything, is showing a lot of things that he never showed for close to 2 decades.
True, though.
I mean, even the passion, the fire in the belly with which he speaks, all of these things, like what you just showed and all that, these are things that he never showed. People didn't know that he was capable of. I mean, since he made that announcement, from that day till today, he keeps showing a lot of things that I believe many other people had not seen.
Look, at this point, you're on your own. So you have to find a way to get to the people, right? So, yeah, he's ready for 2024. And so that video was also trending there on social media. Alan K, the leader of the Butterfly Nation. Yes, so let's talk about Mepe and everything that's happened, the flood situation, the spillage and all that. Now, this video that was trending on social media yesterday was about the South Town DC, who was saying that they have relief items, but there's no car or money to get car to send the relief items to those who have been affected. And social media is just crazy about that. People are lashing out at him. But let's listen to what he said.
Relief items.
What are you doing?
The money to rent, hire a car and send it to them. I tell you. Oh, that's a fact. That's the fact. I can't hide anything from you. You need money to fuel the cars and send the item to the people.
That is the only issue.
That's the issue.
And
that's the only issue.
Hungry.
We don't have money.
So why don't you ask them to come?
We ask them. I've been asking the VRA, the NADMO. I've been asking them. They should give us something. As of today, I received only 20,000 Ghana cedi. We have said it already. The other times there. It's a fact. It's a fact. So that is why it's happening. We need money to support financially. Yes. That's why it's happening. No. Assembly, we have to read that terms there.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Oh, I mean, people say the trend. I mean, like it's in the
yeah, but what's the issue? Is it the fact that are they surprised that he says
there's no money? Like there are relief items, but there's no money to fuel the car to take the relief items to those who have been affected.
But you, were you not here last week? And 2 weeks ago, when we were speaking about Almighty Kolebu, a renal unit being locked up over 4 million cedis, and 19 million people dying. This country, Ghana, they did not declare bankrupt in November of 2022. Are we able to pay our bills? He's been truthful to you. He has no money to transport the things. He says that you brought items. They are there. He's not diverted them. But the items cannot walk by themselves.
They have to fuel the car too.
Yes, and he says there's no money. He says he's informed VR. He said they brought 20,000. The 20,000 is finished. He can't get anywhere. Were you expecting him to lie?
No.
Or to cover up?
But okay.
We are sitting here in Accra.
You know, said that they
over 4 million cedis. A renal unit at Kolebu, Ghana's foremost hospital, was closed down for over a month. 19 people have died. And the man is at South Town or something.
South Town.
And he's telling you that relief items are in their stores, but they need to be transported. There's no money for fuel and all those things. And he kept making the point. I have to tell you the truth. I'm being truthful. I'm being honest. The next thing, he will be accused of diverting items or storing the items and not distributing them. He says, I've spoken to VRA severally. They brought 20,000. That money is finished. So the things are there, but I can't transport them. Or you expecting him to carry them on his head and go?
So the things are there. Oh my. On that note, let's move to the sad moments of my presentation today. Sir Bobby Charlton has passed on. He was buried over the weekend. But for Ghana, yeah, we do on our own. Look, you see the video?
No.
Okay. And let's watch the Sir Bobby Charlton funeral in Ghana. Okay, Sir Bobby Charlton. He was laid to rest over the weekend.
So that's one man supporter.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
In back day Ghana, like in
no, I think that there's. I think that there was one of those tournaments. Well, that was an under-17 tournament many years ago.
Okay.
That Abraham Boachi, known as one man supporter, he went there and he was a Lone Ranger with the Ghana flag and all those things. Yeah. And he says that Sir Bobby Charlton referred to him as a one-man supporter of Ghana.
Oh,
and that is
so that's how he got the name.
The day one-man supporter came up. And so I think that upon the demise, he felt that he had some relationship with the man, and so he needs to mourn him. So with a live band and canopies and chairs and everything, and they were weeping.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was spoken to by Bobby Charlton. What about the others? The others? You see, these are the things that infuriates the finance minister. Tomorrow he's going to read the budget. Because of this video alone, he will either increase a tax somewhere or introduce a new tax angle. These are the things that upsets them out.
Before Abraham Boachi alone there, he could have done it, in his room.
But you said you don't weep alone. But Ghana, we attend funerals where we don't know the person. Somebody says that,
oh, Bobby Charlton. Oh.
But Bobby Charlton's family, were they aware of this funeral? Or
they would have sent delegation.
The British High Commission in Ghana, were they aware?
I don't know.
They weren't aware.
I'm not sure. Wow.
Live band.
Oh yeah, but no, also cool.
Tomorrow they will hear from
Kevin. The Black Stars are in town. They are getting ready for their 2 games towards the World Cup 2026. But over the weekend, we had that unfortunate news of the passing of Raphael Jamina, ex-Black Stars player, scored on his debut and nearly joined Brighton. But unfortunately, he passed on, and so may his soul rest in peace. I mean, a lot of commentary has gone on about his death over the weekend. And tributes at Ziggy over the weekend, paid tribute to him, same as Moses Simon of Nantes in France, who's the Nigerian attacker, also paid tribute to him as they were teammates at Levante. So may his soul rest in perfect peace. Yeah. So, Doc, that is it for today. I'll be back tomorrow.
What are the expectations of the budget tomorrow? You know, tomorrow is
tomorrow is the budget.
Tomorrow is their last budget.
Tomorrow is their last.
And Kenneth Furiata, tomorrow is their last budget.
Hey, I'm out for Wednesday.
What are you expecting?
Oh, we're expecting Ahuto. Ahuto.
But the Ahuto budget was read many years ago. You still don't have Ahuto.
Ahuto no day now.
But do you remember the Ahuto budget?
Yes, I remember that. Doc, do you know the U.S. Embassy released the data of Ghanaian students who have gone abroad? And there's been an increment of about 31%.
Of what?
Ghanaian students who went abroad
to study.
To the States to study this year.
Yeah, but that's good.
So, more squad, I mean, all as part of the Jackpot season. People are Jackpotting.
No, but that one, they're going to study.
They are going to study.
Is that not the reason?
Yes, they are going to study.
To go and study.
But they will still...
But that is still left the shows. I mean, studying and working is normal.
Me too, I'm going to study.
When I was in secondary school, sixth form, I left from after hours. We still used to go to the shop at Okanshi to make money.
Okay. 31.8. And out of that number, I know a lot of people.
So, what are you expecting from a budget?
This was called last hour. The last hour, if it will be soft to give you soft life.
Soft like what?
If I reduce the things.
Reduce what?
Port. All of those taxes at the port. Hospitality. And I need the president to talk about National Theatre. He should give us money to renovate National Theatre. Because the theatre is not in good shape.
Okay.
So we need to do something about it. And then the taxes on sanitary parts, that needs to go.
Okay.
That needs to go. So generally, make them reduce give you soft life. Okay. Look, we'll find the Honorable Minister and Honorable Vice President.
The Finance Minister has left home already, so he's not watching you. Anyway.
All right, so that's the data. The record number of Ghanaians studying in the United States.
So they're studying.
They are studying.
So this is good.
It's good. Studying here is good. So we'll study. We'll go and study.
All right.
Yeah. So that's it for
today.
So
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Up next, Metro Sports.